up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, that hotfix last week definitely did happen. Dante nerfs, Nezha nerfs, Archetytron nerfs, so many nerfs. But guess what? Would you believe me if I told you there was actually a buff in that hotfix as well? So we found a buff in the nerfness. We have the Aero mod set buffs today, and this one is a lot more exciting than you might realize at first. So we'll be getting right into how some big DPS increases can happen from this small buff right next to the Dante nerfs that happened like last Thursday. So let's get right into it. But before we do, make sure to sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. I should be live on stream right when this video goes up with new drops on the channel. We got Archon Shard drop and some Void Plume Pinions just for watching the stream. So free stuff on my channel. Alright, let's get right into it with what we got today. So the Aero mod set is going to be a mod for both primaries and for your Warframe. I'd recommend using the Aero Vantage mod on your Warframe in the Exilus slot. So what this mod set does, damaging enemies while aim gliding puts up to 5 of them asleep for 6 seconds upon landing. The buff that was made to this item last Thursday is that this mod can now put enemies asleep and enable finishers on them. So this is a new way to do finishers with any frame very, very easily. Why is that useful? Additionally, the mod also gives you gravity reduction while aim gliding. But why is that useful? It's because of the legendary arcane called Melee Crescendo. On finisher kill, gain 6 initial combo for the rest of the mission. So what does that mean? That means that you will be getting built-in initial combo until you die or until the mission is over, just the entire time. So that means you can have infinite 12x on the Glaive, or any melee weapon for that matter. So that means you could do as much crit and status the Glaive can pump out every single time. So let's go ahead and show how that works. I will show you the same, then we'll go into a mission. Additionally, infinite 12x is not just for melees. We have a arcane for the pistols and secondaries called Secondary Outburst. On swapping to secondary weapon, consume all combo multipliers from your melee to increase secondary weapon critical chance and critical damage by 20% per combo consumed. So infinite 12x melee, we swap over to our pistol, and now the pistol has a big critical chance and critical damage buff. It will make the dual Tox just red crit. And we switch back to our melee, and it's already back to 12x because that's how that's going to work. Alright, let's go ahead and show how you can do this. A reminder, you do need to aim glide and damage enemies while, and you'll land and then do a finisher on them, basically. So, let's summon in these guys. I'll do mission gameplay because it's a lot more easy to see what's happening there. We also don't have prime footage, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to aim glide, throw the glaive, or the scourge, we land, enemy is asleep, finisher. You can do finishers on multiple enemies. I think it's like 5 enemies are allowed per Aero Vantage proc. I didn't do any damage. So as you can see, I got like 3 or 4 finishers. Now we have 24 hits of combo that will not go away. So after you do 36 combo hits, you will be infinite 12x. And it really doesn't take that long if you're doing this properly. The only issue is that we do so much damage in Warframe a lot of the time that it's not going to actually... We're going to overkill them before we even get to land on them. So let's get some mission gameplay, and we can go over why this is actually really, really good. Now here we are on the Steel Path with the exact same... I'm on Zombie Loki basically right now. So we are in the mission, so we throw the Scourge, we do the finisher, and after about 30 or 40 seconds, as long as you just get finishers constantly, you will have your infinite 12x. I know there was a glitch going on like a month or 2 ago where you could get infinite 12x with like the Rauta or something. Well, that has been since patched. You can no longer go to 0 combo duration. It's like, the minimum is like 0.1. So this is the intended way to do that, okay? That glitch is gone, guys. And quit asking me how to do that glitch, because that glitch is literally gone. This is how you do the glitch, by doing the intended mechanics. So you can damage with any source of damage. So if you have like the Bonica to throw viral procs on them, might make the finisher do a little bit more damage to guarantee that kill, because it is finisher kills to get this. So it's a little bit of step at the beginning of the mission, but it's well worth it if you want to get back-to-back 12x's, constant red crits on the dual Tox. Of course, like I said, this will work on any melee in the game. I just thought it would be fun to do Glaive, because you don't really normally go for a 12x Glaive. So after about, what is this, like 30 or 40 seconds, we've already gotten a good amount of combo here, and it's just keep on doing it. As long as you can keep getting these finisher kills, you can keep getting that combo. And after 36, you are fully stacked up with infinite 12x. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here, even though it was a nice little buff to the Aero mod set. As far as the 12x infinite, the after you do a 12x heavy attack with the glaive, it does take time to recharge it. So I would recommend a heavy attack efficiency riven or heavy attack efficiency mod. So reflex coil. And the reason for that is like it will drain, like whatever your combo efficient, your heavy attack efficiency is, it will drain that many hits and it will start refilling it back up to 12. So heavy attack efficiency riven will let you do back-to-back 12x's quicker because it's going to still drain them no matter what. So we've about stacked up our 12x here. Let's see how many we have. All right, so we are at infinite 12x now. So as you can see, the red crit glaive has arrived. And we just, just kind of wait for a couple seconds. We can throw another one. And if we swap to our dual tox, we're going to have lots and lots of crit. And of course, these crit stats are very good against acolytes, as acolytes are very weak to corrosive and crit. We're going to have tons and tons of that with the dual toxicist Incarnon. Swapping over to Incarnon form, it's a lot of damage, honestly. So you can do this at any frame in the game, guys. As long as you have 36 enemies to do finishers on, there's the red crits dual tox. So yeah, big buffs here. And yeah, the Aero mod set, I would recommend to put it on the frame. So, and usually the Exilus slot's not that big of a deal, depending on what frame you're playing. If you don't want to run Prime Sure-Footed because you have a frame that can already bypass it, like Revenant, or if you're on Zombie Loki with Switch Teleport, Augment, that can let you be immune to knockdowns as well. The Aero Vantage is going to be the one that gives you a ton of minus gravity while aim gliding. I have a new Dante build that's using this mod as well that will be coming out soon. But yeah, you can do this on any melee. So Glaive Prime Infinite 12x, Cerata Infinite 12x. Anything that you want to use a heavy attack on, you can do Infinite 12x with Melee Crescendo. And where do you get Melee Crescendo? Melee Crescendo comes from Netra cells, and it also comes from the new Deep Archimedean missions as well. And where do you get Secondary Outburst? That one comes from Deviri, from like rank up rewards, and like the Deviri portals and all that stuff. So yeah, these are not easy to get arcanes, but I think it is well worth it if you want to be getting these crazy crits, because that is really what it's all about. It's getting tons of crits. You can have Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush always active on the glaive or whatever the Hate Incarnon, the Praetos, whatever you name it. Infinite 12x on it. Okay. And as far as the pistols, there's tons of options. Like anything that you want to have lots and lots of crit chance and crit damage on will work with this. Now, there might be situations where it's not as strong as Secondary Deadhead. Like honestly, maybe Secondary Deadhead would be better here on my dual tox because you do go for headshots a lot, and it already has tons of crit. But I do think that it's just fun to see all these red numbers, and of course a big nasty glaive attack there with hardly any damage buffs. So if you were to throw like damage buffs on top of this with all this status, all this crit, you'd be annihilating everything, guys. So yeah, I thought this was a nice little buff they threw in there. They snuck it in right next to the Dante nerfs, and nobody really noticed it because, Dante got nerfed. That was the most important part, and it still is the most important part. But hey, at least we got this to deal with as well. If you want to, experiment with some new stuff. So yeah, Aero Vantage on the frame. As far as the other Aero mods, I think it's like Aero Periphery for a primary, and there's also one for a sniper too. But that does require you to be using a sniper. For some reason in the UI, it says that I have multiple equipped. But yeah, let's just go ahead and look at the ones for the sniper. So the Aero mod set is going to have Aero Agility. Minus reload speed while aim gliding, and you can also have Aero Periphery, giving more minus zoom while aim gliding. Or that's plus reload while aim gliding. This one's minus zoom while aim gliding. So you could technically use this the Exilus slot if you didn't want to waste a frame slot on that. But yeah, for me, minus gravity while aim gliding is actually kind of nice, at least on Dante, because you're just flying around basically. So let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments down below. Do you think this is actually good? Is this not helpful? You let me know, because I think it is pretty good. It's kind of flew under the radar for a lot of players too. So we have a buff in the nerfness, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. I'll be on stream doing some Deep Archimedeans and all that. So come stop by the stream, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Peace.